Hi there, guys. Um, I wanted to come and do this video. Um, I'm here in my dining room area because I got some Boca burgers on, and I need to watch them. But I don't like the way the lighting makes me look because it always makes me look like I got dark circles under my eyes, and I really don't. It's crazy. But anyway, um, I just saw. And it's funny because I literally just finished my therapy on Zoom. And I turned on YouTube and I saw this lady's TikTok um, come across my timeline, and so I clicked on her because she said something about the struggle is real or something like that. Some of you all may have seen her or see her or whatever. And this lady, she was a young, beautiful black lady, and it was heartbreaking, and that's why I wanted to get on here and make a video because I mean, basically she was talking about how it's so hard just every day to just wake up and just continue on. And I get it. I know I get it. And, you know, I don't want to ramble at all, but, I'm from a different generation, of course. My generation was different. I mean, still hard, still in this world or whatever. But things were a little bit different than they are now for the younger women. The 20, 30-year-old women is basically what I guess maybe up to 40, but at least the 20s and 30s, 30-year-old women. And I really seriously can't, I mean, I'm still here, I'm still in it, but I've had more experience and life experience than they have. But it just, I see how hard it is. I feel how hard it is. So it's like I can't even imagine how hard it must be for them out here dating. I see the post, I hear the post, I see stuff, I see comments and everything online, and it's hard as hell. And it's just like it is enough to make you discouraged and want to quit. And that's really where this woman was. But it was so heartbreakingly devastating for me because she was saying that she just doesn't want to be here anymore. She just wanna not be here anymore. And that I've never really had that feeling. I've been through some stuff, and where I could feel that way. Felt that way only one time in my life, but it was a weird situation. But at the end of the day, we just don't know what people are going through. You know what I'm saying? And I talked about it in another video that I did where I was talking about, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the title of it, but it had something to do with black women just being tired, just overall being tired. And that's basically what she was saying, what she was talking about, just being tired of just coming to work or living through life and putting on a brave face and saying it's okay and you're not, and the whole thing. And one of the things I saw another lady's TikTok, and she seems to be kind of like a auntie therapist type person, and she has a lot of little sayings and things like that, and advice to black women. And one of the things that's so very real that she talked about was black women's strength, and how everyone, and I've heard this theology before, of course, everyone expects black women to just be strong, super strong, like we're just superwomen, you know? And we have that ideology about us is going around, has been going around. Everyone uses it. I think our men, once again, are big proponents to the reason why the world feels that way about us. And I think a lot of even the treatment that comes from our black men kind of, what's the word? Kind of carries that idea along that we're so strong, we're so super strong, or what have you. And one of the things that she was saying is that, like, a lot of times the attitude and so forth, that neck rolling, loud demeanor, that brash, sassy attitude, that everyone expects from black women, and may see in black women. Um, and it's funny because it's kind of a joke. It's become a joke, you know. But at the end of the day, it's a reason behind it, you know. And that's what she was saying as well, is that, a lot of times you're hurt, you're depressed, you're suicidal possibly. You are can't express your emotions, can't talk to anybody, can't whatever. You got hidden anger and unresolved issues and things like that that have just been pushed down so long and so whatever. You don't have a way of getting it out. Um, and one of the big reasons I continue to say is because therapy in our community is still not pushed. It's still stigmatized, and it's made fun of, and all of that. It's very stigmatized. And I wish, think, and hope, and can't wait until that stigma ends, because we need therapy. 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 We need to. We don't need anything but to just talk and get stuff out. We need to do that. And I will be glad, like I say, when the stigma is done. I think it is lifting, but it's still not as widespread as it needs to be, because, like I'm saying, we as a whole people need therapy. And I think I'm not getting off the point, but I think I told you guys before how um, an old Jewish woman told me before that, because of everything that, the Jews and everything had gone through, that Germany had a thing set in place that all of the survivors or family members or descendants, and of course those who had been through it, the Holocaust, would get lifetime therapy. And I think it's a shame that we black people have never gotten anything like that from America, you know. And I would even go so far as saying worldwide, because the trauma, the racism, the slavery, the all that wasn't just America. So, we as a people need to have access to therapy. And so, but anyway, like I say, I wish it had been afforded to us. And I think some of probably even that reason why is because of, oh, y'all so strong, and that burden gets put, as I go back to women. And but as that woman was saying, describing though that attitude, and the neck rolling and all that, a lot of times that's just some, she's about to break. A lot of times that's just some emptiness, some don't know how else to express yourself. And then people come back at you with more attitude and more whatever. And it's like people want to see that. I have literally had, you guys excuse me because I'm gonna take the camera, the thing with me, because I want to, as a matter of fact, just excuse me. I need to just turn my fire off. Yeah, so my cat is under the table, of course. Um, I mean, it's just a thing of people bringing that back to you because they're, oh, you got attitude, I'm gonna have attitude with you too, you know. And once again, like I say, not ever really trying to get to the root cause, not ever really thinking that there could possibly be stuff wrong with you, but just that, you know, she black, she got attitude, she black, she mad, she whatever. And so, you know, I've had women of other races and so forth try to bring that out of me. It's like a lot of black people or a lot of people of other races want to see that, the angry black woman, whatever, you know. And I think it's crazy, it's ridiculous, it's on them and whatever. And that's a whole nother thing. But at the end of the day, um, we gotta, I don't know what the solution is. The first solution I would say is we need to get therapy. We need to take that stigma off of therapy. Um, we women, just black women, need to be nicer to each other. We need to be more understanding toward each other because at the end of the day, I don't care if we're in New Orleans, if we're in Mississippi, if we're in New York, if we're in whatever, Arizona, you know, New Hampshire, whatever. The struggle is the same a lot of times. I mean, it's not just women in this region, black women over here who do this. It's a systemic. It's a whole thing that where a lot of times we can all relate to one another because at the end of the day, the struggle really is the same. And I just wish a lot of times we were nicer to each other, that we were more understanding of each other, and you know we would stop the competition. The whole, I mean, it's just also crazy because at the end of the day, most of the competition is behind a man. Most of the reason a woman looks at another woman and go, that bitch thinks she whatever, is behind a man. And even if there's no man present, it's usually some insecure whatever that she could take your man, or she could, or your man might like her, or whatever. And I just wish we would grow from that because half the time the man is not worth it anyway. And at the end of the day, if he gonna get up and go out and screw somebody else, he gonna do it anyway. Whether you call her a bitch or don't like her or whatever, if it ain't her, it's probably gonna be somebody else. And that's not to generalize and just say, you know, all men cheat or all black men gonna do. It's not to say that at all. It's just to have that awareness within you and to realize that at the end of the day, there ain't nothing you can do to keep a man. A man stays because he want to stay. That's just it. Period. You know, men cheat because they want to cheat and they have an opportunity to cheat. It ain't. It's nothing personal. It's nothing with you. It ain't nothing you did. It ain't nothing more that you should have done or anything like that. It just is what it is. And that's where I am. If you all got another reason behind it or another idea, you know, let's share, you know. But I think people do what they want to do because they want to do it and or not do what they want to do because they don't want to do it. It just really as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So that young woman just really broke my heart to hear that. I know that it's the case for a lot of women, for a lot of women, especially black women. And I just wish we'd hug each other more. I just wish we would be nicer to each other. I just wish we there was more sisterhood with us. I think eventually is coming because I think I don't know how to explain this to you guys. I'm not trying to explain this. It's something that has kind of been on my heart and I wanted to do a video on, but maybe you all can kind of understand what I'm saying. There's a resistance going on right now. It's spiritual. There's a resistance going on with the men, where the men are basically because of Kevin Samuels and this whole red pill stuff and the whole all these other toxic men getting on here. Don't treat these women nice. Don't do this here, and you know, don't take them out. Don't spend your money. All of that is resistance. At the end of the day, when you look at the whole ball of it, it's resistance. They are resistant to do whatever and just get in, get out, get you some sex and leave, you know. that's a form, if you look at it in the big picture, of a resistance. They're not wanting to spend money. They're not wanting to get married. They're not wanting to take care of their children. They're not wanting resistance. Uh, there's also a resistance with the women. But let me say this: the resistance with the women, in my opinion, is going to be the most effective. It's going to make the bigger impact. And that resistance is going to be what ultimately catalysts the ultimate change that is going to come. I don't know when it's going to come. I don't know if it'll be in my lifetime, but it's definitely coming. But the women's resistance is, at the end of the day, they just don't want to put up with any of that anymore. All of this stuff that's out here with the toxicity, so many women are just done. Women are just like, I'm not dating. I'm not doing it. Like, I don't even want to. I'm good right now. They're on a self love. They're on a travel. They're on a friendship. They're on a, and even that's where I am. I have been thankfully meeting some very nice women. Um, this weekend, I spent time with two of my newest friends. One of them is very new. We hadn't even met yet until this weekend. And the other one, I have been knowing her about a year. So we've been going out, doing little things and trying to stay, um, in contact. And it's good. Um, and just trying to build those female relationships, instead of being focused on a man and going out and trying to do. Because what I have been finding is that, I mean, I don't know if it's me, maybe it's me, but I am not finding men who want to go out and do things and so forth. Even if you meet them in person, if you meet them online, men's agenda right now, like even kind of across the board, I'm talking about the white ones, the Hispanic ones, the whatever ones, they not trying to be in a relationship. And I don't know if it's this toxicity that they're being taught or what. Many of them, they like deep down don't really like women. I don't know what it is, but um, they're just not, you know, they're wanting, and it's even a problem with even taking a woman out to eat, which I'm finding at this point, like that's not even a big priority to me because for the most part, I take myself out. I go where I want to go. I do what I want to do. I have a daughter if I just want some company. Um, I have some friends now that if I just want to go out and eat and have company. But the whole concept of it is just gone. Like going out to eat and meeting a guy and going on a date used to be for getting to know each other and getting comfortable and eating with someone. There's a whole, which I don't even know why we have to go into this, but it's like there's a lost understanding of the art of eating together. That whole concept is about letting your guard down some and being comfortable in the food, bringing about a kind of a euphoric type comfort that you're able to not be so uptight, kind of like with wine, you know. But even that, like I say, it's not even the same because you have so many men now who are on this kick of, oh, well, I don't want to give her no free meal, or who's gonna pay for the date, and and it's just like to me, even though it's never really been much of a problem because and like I said, I'm not trying to brag or meaning it to brag because I know I'm not the only woman, but uh, I don't usually have that problem of going out with a man who don't want to pay. Like I don't really have that issue. But I'm realizing and I know that it's a big issue for a lot of women. And so, you know, it's ruining it. It's just completely ruining it. Like to worry about who's going to pay at the end of the day, that brings a whole new level of anxiety to everything. And it's just so crazy that I'm getting to the point to where even though I don't really have that issue and I haven't been dating a lot, I'm at the point of not even going, I don't even want to really like go out to eat anymore with a guy. Like, let's go walking. Let's go and do something. Let's go meet in the library. Let's go meet at a, I don't do the coffee things. I don't like the coffee thing only because I'm not trying to drink coffee 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the evening. So the coffee thing is not really, that's not my thing. And I've told at least one guy that before. I don't do the coffee dates, unless it's in the morning, which I don't really go out in the mornings. I had one breakfast date before. Um, but anyway, at the end of the day, it's a resistance that's being built up. And the women's resistance is that, like I'm saying, they really, so many women don't even want to try anymore. Like they're just like done. And what it is doing on the positive sense is that it's called a lot of this Kevin Samuel stuff and red pill stuff and everything. What I'm personally seeing is that I'm seeing that it is causing a lot of the good men or the men who be like, oh, well, I'm like that. I don't do that kind of stuff. It's causing them, from what I see, to speak out more. That's what I'm saying. Um, and it's causing a resistance toward these men who are doing that kind of stuff. Because I do think a lot of the quote unquote good guys are kind of being tired of being thrown into the pot with these dudes, with these toxic dudes. And so they're trying to speak out more. And now that Kevin Samuel's voice has been silenced in the universe, his toxicity, um, what it's doing is it's allowing a lot of people to begin to now challenge a lot of the toxicity and bullshit that he was bringing. And I think that voice is fading. A lot of them are trying to hold on to it, but it's fading. It's really fading, and it's being shown to be the lie that it is in all aspects, even with black women. And it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. I'm gonna cut the video off. I don't want to just keep going on too much because I don't want to hit too many areas to where my message gets lost. But at the end of the day, this whole message is that so many women are tired and frustrated. And my heart just went out to that young lady because she actually was saying that she didn't want to be here anymore. And I have a feeling that she's not the only one. But at the end of the day, we got to stop treating black women as if we are made of steel. Black women are, at the end of the day, very tired, just on a general sense. We are just tired. The 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s are tired. And it's a shame when you got 20 and 30-year-old women, because this woman didn't look anywhere past 35. She looked younger than that, but I'm just giving her the benefit of the doubt because you know how it is with us, the melon. Um, but at the end of the day, it hurts me to hear that. It really does. And I'm telling women, let's be nicer to each other. Let's be kinder to each other. Let's give each other some hugs. Before Saturday or Sunday, when went out and met this new friend, and we hugged each other and everything. And it was great, by the way. Um, I don't get hugs. Like I really don't. I don't get hugs. And I would be not surprised to say that a lot of other black women probably don't get a lot of hugs. Just don't, you know, for various reasons probably, but we need to hug each other more. We need to be kind and sensitive and understanding to each other and stop putting every black woman as your competition because she's not. She's really not. Most of us are in the same boat, dealing with the same bullshit on a different level with probably different faces or just whatever, but it's just the same bullshit. We need to be nicer to each other. We have so much more competition and bullshit coming from women of other races. I got one now that I don't even talk about. I don't want to talk about. It's not a big deal to me. I know she's a hater. I know she's a racist ass, and so I'm not even worried about her. But we don't need to do it to each other, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna cut this video off, you guys. Leave a comment, hit the notification, please. I haven't been making a lot of videos, but still, I appreciate the support that I do get, and would love for more support to come. You know, more notifications. Hit the notification, guys. You ones who listen to me and are not subscribed. So, you all, thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, see you next time.